Hey y'all, welcome to Martha's Rest Stop. I just want to take a moment today and talk to you about who are you? As the days of 2020 have went through, there's been a ton of time to just kind of examine ourselves and see who we are and what we are. So many of us had a sense of loss. We've lost communities, we've lost routines, we've lost things with our jobs. Some of us have lost family members and friends. And as you look through all the different changes that we've went through, it's given us a moment to really look and see who are we and what we are. And I was looking, and I feel like God drew me to the book of James. And the book of James is one of my absolute favorite books. I don't even know how many times I've read it. And I'm definitely a Bible writer. I don't know if you're a Bible writer, but I'm definitely a Bible writer. And so I write all in my book. And so there's tons of writing all throughout my Bible. And James it's got so many that I've just underlined and looked through, because it's like everything that I see, I'm like, oh, you know? And so when I read that very first verse and I think about who I am and what I am and who I am trying to be, it starts off James 1:1. It says, James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes in the dispersion, greetings. And I think to myself, he says, James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ. And when I think to myself, I think, who am I? The first thing James does right out of the book is he says who he is. He says he's a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ. And at my core being, at who I am in my very, very deep down into the center of my soul, can I say that I'm a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ? Yes, I'm a mother. Yes, I'm a wife, and yes, I'm a daughter, and yes, I'm a woman, and yes, I'm this and I'm that, and all these different labels that we like to put on ourselves. But if you strip all that down and take it down to the core of who you are, can you claim to be a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ? And that's something that I want to be. That's something that I want to examine myself, and I want to make sure that down at my core, I'm a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ. And the second thing is to the 12 tribes in the dispersion. You know, James is writing this letter to the 12 tribes that have been dispersed. And in this moment of time, we definitely know what it's like to be dispersed. We know what it's like to have our communities, our families, our jobs, our houses of worship, all of these things have been dispersed, and we've just been moved away from each other. And in here, James is meeting people right where they are. And he's telling them, I know that you've been dispersed. I know that your communities don't look the same as they did. I know that how you worship does not look like how you did. I know that your family units look way different. And he's meeting them where they are. He's loving people and meeting people exactly where they are. And those are two things that Jesus tells us in his commandments. He says to love God and to love people. And James starts this letter off there. I want to encourage you to go back and just read this verse and just ask God to speak to you. Ask God to show you. Ask God to illuminate areas in your life, so that we are the best at being a servant of God and in the Lord Jesus Christ, and to speak to people exactly where they are, so that we can be the hands and feet of Jesus, so that we can do what he's called us to do. God bless y'all. Love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful, amazing day. Bye, y'all.